Welcome back to Good With That podcast.
Woo woo.
I almost said another podcast
A different
name.
one. That's not our own.
No, but we are good with that. Honestly, that helped me.
What? Oh, yeah.
The painting that Tiffany made.
Yeah.
So sweet.
If you saw our Instagram live, or if you go to our Instagram at Good With That Pod,
yes,
you can see like on the roll, we posted some photos from that in our bestie girl.
On the roll.
Is that right?
I don't know.
I posted some pictures on there from our live the night we launched, which was so fun.
It was so fun.
We did a little, if you didn't know, we did a live like launch party the day that we launched our first episode, which was last week. Mm-hmm. Which I guess when you see this, it'll be 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But either way. So we did that. And it was super fun. We baked brownies and we got to like talk to some of you guys, which was really fun, and catch up, which like crazy. There are people from like my childhood that showed up. Also, shout out bestie girl, Molly. We love you. We love you. Also,
stay strong. Shout out Annabeth.
Yes. That girl held
Tiffany,
it down.
Our biggest fan.
Yes.
We love you, Annabeth.
For real. But Tiffany made us the cutest like...
So sweet.
Should I just get it?
Yeah.
Let me just grab it. Made us the cutest sign. Anyways, made us the sweetest, like, little Good With That sign. She painted it. I don't even know if you can really see it. Can you see that if I put it in front of my face?
Maybe. It might be hard to see because of the light.
Yeah. Anyways, it says Good With That in yellow, which are like, these are our colors.
Yeah.
Kind of like.
Literally got our colors.
Yeah. Perfect. Robin blue and like butter yellow.
Yeah.
Perfect. Which are definitely the trend.
It's funny that those colors are trending right now because they weren't when we chose them. We chose the colors and you bought these.
Yeah. So I have a yellow one of the Hydro Drugs, which we love.
Yeah.
Hydro Drugs, please sponsor because I love you guys. I already have 2. I need another one. But yeah, I have the butter yellow one. She has the blue one. We love it. We also got new we can like see ourselves now. So if you see us like looking down, that's why.
That's I'm us like, being vain.
Wait, what? Can you see my double chin? I don't know. Probably.
I need to add something to my life updates.
Oh, yay. Okay. Yeah, I have a lot. A lot has happened. Also, if you see my hands and you see some bruises on my hands, I don't know if you can see them in here. Anyways.
If you're watching,
yeah, don't mind me. I was in the ER this weekend and it's because they couldn't.
Let me see.
They can never find a vein.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So they usually have to try them at a bunch of different places.
Jeez, Ashley.
Yeah. We'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, that's why I have bruises on my hands. It's not anything crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't punch a wall.
She didn't get mad.
Although I should have. I didn't have the strength, but that's why. Yeah. I have like bruises here. Anyways, whatever. Gosh. So I have a lot of updates.
Yeah.
A lot of stories. And this is basically just going to be an episode where we updated you on our lives.
Yeah.
Also talk about the fact that we officially launched.
Yeah.
And like how exciting and how fun that has been.
Hello?
Is somebody calling you?
No, my watch is... It looks like Jesus is coming back on my watch.
Lord?
Okay, anyway, I'm just going to let that play.
Lord, I don't hear trumpet.
No, but what
that concerns me. Press the side thing.
That was weird. I'm not going to lie. It just like... Anyway, we can move on.
Anywho.
I'll process that afterwards.
That makes me concerned because I'm like, I didn't get anything on my watch.
I might have been accidentally holding a button down though. Like,
oh yeah,
doing that because I do that sometimes.
Lord, do I need to go repent and like, what do I need to do?
Yeah, for real. But anyway, yeah, this is gonna be we don't have anything like specific planned for this episode besides life updates.
It's just a catch up.
Yeah,
a catch up,
which is nice.
And say thank you to everybody that's like already watched.
Yeah,
and already like been a part. Please comment and like. Talk to us.
Interact.
Please interact with us on our Instagram at Good With That Pod on Instagram.
Yeah.
We would love to just like talk to you guys. DM us. Chat with us.
Chat with us.
Also, go like and give us some stars or whatever on wherever you're listening.
Rating and reviews.
Rating and reviews. Yes. I can never remember the name.
Yeah.
But just so we know, like, if you guys are liking it.
On Spotify. I forgot
From who?
I think it was someone maybe that you're friends with. I forgot her name, but she seems really sweet. And the comment was something like, loved listening. Definitely gives TTP vibes, which I'm an avid listener to.
Yes.
I was like,
yes, that's what inspired us.
Yes, literally.
Oh my gosh. Wait, I need to go on Spotify now.
We're like just like TTP, but
lamer.
But also not.
We're not at all, though.
We're not well known. We're not influencers.
Also, the vibes, like when I was listening to the one this past week, I was like, we're not
ours or theirs?
Theirs.
Okay.
I was like, I feel like what we wanted to take from what we love about theirs, we have taken, but we are very different from them as well.
Yeah.
You know, obviously we're two girls.
Yeah.
We don't live this like cool, whatever, influencer busy life. Like we live very different lives.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Like love them both. So I like that we're a little bit different, but also we do love them and
yeah, we just have different
find inspiration from them. I was also listening to it and I was like, I don't know if Kristen would like us. I'm like, I don't know if she would want to be my friend. I don't feel cool enough for her. Or like not even cool enough, but just like yeah, cool enough. No, now that I'm thinking about it, yeah.
That's funny.
Because she said, did you listen to the one this past week?
I can't remember if I finished it. Which the one she has the red sweatshirt on?
I don't remember. I played it on Patreon, but I had to just listen.
Oh,
and I was like walking.
I gotcha.
But she said something. Oh, theirs was like they were naming like trashy things that are trashy,
yes,
or classy, and then how to make them like elevate them a little bit or something like that. And she was like mason jars, drinking anything in a mason jar.
I did think of you when they said
and
that.
I was like, okay, Kristen, not everybody can just go out buying new things. Like,
not everybody can just buy a weck jar.
Literally.
Which are, first of all, let's talk about weck jars for a second.
I don't even know what they are.
It's the one that I brought the very first time we recorded. You thought was my sourdough starter.
That's huge. I'm not going to put coffee in that.
Well, there's different sizes. Oh. There's different shapes and sizes. But I brought that. Anyway, I won't get into that. But what I will get into right now is buying a freaking weck jar because, yes, I wanted them and I got them. But they're really hard to find, kind of. They're not like, it's not like they're sold everywhere. Mm-hmm. They have their own website that you can purchase them from, but it's just like the website just looks a little bit, I don't want to say sketchy, but it's just like
Weck.
Yeah, W-E-C. Sorry. W-E-C-K.
Weck jar.
Yeah.
Weck jars near me. Oh, you can get them from like Magnolia. Williams Sonoma.
But
you know they're going to charge you. Yeah.
That's the thing.
That's what I'm saying about like, yeah, we're the Walmart version of TTP.
Yeah, I would say that.
Because I'm not spending $44 on 4 jars. I got all of those for free from my mother. From my mom.
We love you, Tracy.
Yeah. So I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I did buy 4 weck jars.
Love that.
But I had to buy I had to make a couple different orders because each order that came in, one was fine and one came shattered.
Oh, where'd you get them?
Amazon. The way that they packed, they just put the jars in there in the box. I was like, are you kidding me? And there was no like fragile sticker anywhere. So the
Amazon says we don't care. Have you noticed?
Literally.
I've been getting packages from them where like the tape is not even fully like done. You know what I mean? Like the Amazon thing, it's like halfway on, halfway not. And I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
But it's Amazon, so you kind of get what you pay for.
Yeah, it's true. Very true.
I was also thinking about our live when Nicolette said, tell us some more. Shout out Nicolette. We love you.
Thank you. Nicolette.
Thank you. We love you. I could not think of them on the spot, but like more not good with that things.
Oh, I have plenty of not good with that things. And I was like,
how can I not think of more? Because I'm driving down the road and I think of something and I'm just literally. Like, I'm not good with that.
Yeah.
Not good with that.
Yeah.
Sitting here right now, can't think of them.
I still have a bunch on my list, but remember I was like, I have too many negative ones. So
maybe we should do like a Patreon exclusive episode where we just rehash all the things we're not good with. Just for you guys that want to be, we're not negative.
No, we're not.
But if you want to be a little negative with us and just, we can rehash that. You have to be subscribed to Patreon for that, which by the way, I don't know. I think we talked about this on the pre-show, but we haven't talked about it yet.
Yeah.
So if you don't know, you can find us obviously on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music.
Yes.
Or something like that.
Yes, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music.
But as of now, you can also find us on Patreon, which is really fun because we're going to be having our like full on unedited, complete show on Patreon, which we don't even upload to YouTube. So it's like before we say, hey, welcome back, all of that. Yeah. So we have all of that. And then we'll upload like exclusive content and like just, little daily things.
Book club.
We're going to do a book club, which like you could still do if you want to and not, be a part of Patreon.
Yeah.
A little bit lame if you say, restart.
Yeah.
Little bit lame if you ask me, but yeah, be a part of Patreon. We're going to do book club and then we can like talk about it and like, it's just an easier place for us to be like a community and actually converse with each other and be friends. And we can like, just post about our lives.
And it helps support us a little bit.
Yeah. And if you want to like help support us, that'd be cool. Yeah. We're doing this for fun, but also like we like to pay bills too.
We got big dreams.
Yeah, we got big dreams. We like to pay bills. Not shy about that. So, go support us, please.
Yeah.
We can't do this for free forever. It's not even for free. We are in debt.
We are a little bit slightly. In debt. But that's okay because that was our dream, not yours.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so Patreon, if you want to find us on there, it's
Good With That Podcast.
Okay. Yeah. It's Good With That Podcast.
It'll be linked in our bio.
Yeah. So if you go to our
by this time
thing, had we talked enough about the launch? Is there anything else we want to talk about from there? It was really fun. We did like a Q&A.
Yeah.
Tiffany asked us a bunch of questions.
Yeah. Tiffany was
she is our third party.
Yeah.
So our goal too, another reason to support Patreon is we'd love one day, the dream would be to hire Tiffany.
Literally.
To be like,
if she wants.
If she would want that, obviously. We just want to hang out with our friends and also pay each other for it.
Just so we can hang out.
Yeah. And be creative. But she's so creative and she literally she does our pictures. She did so much for us on launch day and everything. Yeah. So there's like, seriously, we are so grateful for her.
Helped us so much.
So much.
Yeah.
So one day, it'd be great to be able to like have her be a part of the team in an official capacity versus like volunteer, which I guess we're still technically volunteering anyways.
We're volunteers.
So which is great.
Right.
Anywho, so we're going to get into our life updates and then I'll talk about, I just got back from the beach and a couple other things. But if you want to go first, because I have a lot.
Yeah, I'll go first
to talk about. So,
get it over with.
How are you? How's life been?
I'm good. This past weekend, we both kind of had a rough past weekend. Ashley had her thing. She'll get into that. But mine was not as rough. But I like to eat bell peppers with my eggs every morning. So I'll just chop it up, fry it on the pan a little bit before I add the eggs in. It's so good. But I cut my bell pepper. Oh my gosh, I have hair. I cut my bell pepper open on Saturday morning and there were a couple brown spots, just like 2 little brown spots in it. And so, but the bell pepper itself still like felt normal. It didn't smell bad or anything. And I Googled it and I was like, are the brown spots bad? And Google was like, actually it wasn't Google, it was ChatGPT.
Love. What is it burning? What do they say? Anytime somebody uses ChatGPT, it's like burning power.
Yeah, it like is bad for the environment, apparently. I know. I'm like, I'm a contributor to that. Anyway, It was basically like, if it doesn't smell bad, it might be fine. So I just went ahead with it. I was like, okay.
ChatGPT failed you.
Yeah, it did. And I had a rough time.
Yikes.
On Saturday and Sunday and Monday. A little bit of Tuesday. Still have a lingering headache.
I was going to say, like, still to this day, it's Thursday.
Yeah, it's Thursday.
Yeah.
So, let's just say I'm a little weary about bell peppers now.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
We're both coming in with ailments.
A little bit.
To say the least.
Yeah. But
which was on par. On par for us, honestly.
I was, it was a happy day Tuesday, though, because Jay came home from California.
Yeah.
I was so happy. Oh, my gosh.
Sophie is snoring right now.
The fact that she stopped after you said that, yeah.
Sophie, wake up. You can't be snoring on the podcast.
We're not that boring.
Sophie, come here.
So, okay.
Come here. Oh, do you see her limp?
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong. I need to honestly get a vet appointment.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but...
Oh, you're fine.
She needed to stop snoring because she can get loud.
Yeah. Luna can too, honestly.
Okay. Restart.
Okay.
Jay came home from...
Oh, yeah. Jay came home from California, and that was really great. So I drove to the airport. So, okay, back up. I've obviously already talked about in the previous episode about my anxiety around flying, but I love watching planes.
Yes.
Absolutely love watching planes come in.
You know, there's like a spot at near the Birmingham airport that you can park and watch them.
Yeah.
We want to do that.
Yeah. So
we, as in me, Steven, and Mario.
I actually tried to find that. I didn't successfully find it, but that road that drives up against the very end of the runway, I don't know if you've ever driven on that road. I was driving on that because I could see from, I also have an app where I just like can check planes.
You do.
So I could see that all the planes were coming in to land on a certain side, so I knew which way his plane was going to land.
That's crazy. It can tell you where they're going to land.
Yeah, I mean, you can see live. I mean, you can't, it's not predictive, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But if all the planes are landing on this side, then and his was going to land in about 15 minutes. I was like, well, they're not going to change it up, probably.
How do they decide that? Is it like air?
It probably has to do with the wind. Yeah.
Air. The weather.
Air.
Is it air? Duh.
But anyway, so I drove to that side of the runway. And as I was driving past it, literally a plane like flew right up. It was funny because I didn't see the plane coming over my car or coming in or whatever you call it. Sorry, I'm like tired.
Landing.
Landing, yeah. And I heard a noise and I thought the car behind me was like revving up or something. And I was like, what's happening? Like I'm driving a normal speed. I kind of started getting mad a little bit, but then I looked up. I was like, oh, it's just there's a massive thing right there in the air.
Plane over my head.
So anyway, I ended up parking literally on the side of the road where the fence is, the fence that's like, hey, don't cross this fence.
Yeah. Because
of federal law or whatever,
Okay.
Security reasons. So I parked right there. I didn't know if I could park right there. Spoiler alert, you cannot park right there.
Okay. Oh gosh, did you get stopped?
No, well, I was already stopped. I was already parked.
I mean, like by somebody.
Yeah. Oh yeah. A cop came up right next to me and was like, well, the thing is, I had already made a decision in my head. I was like, if a cop tells me to move, then I'll just move.
Obviously.
It's not like he can arrest me or anything. Like, I'll just move. But I'm going to stay here until I'm told to move. Because I was like, I want to see Jay's plane come in.
Rebel.
Yeah, I know. So I just sat there literally like 3 minutes before his plane was going to come by and like land. The cop pulled up. I was like, frick.
That sucks.
Yeah, so I had to move. And I was able to find a different spot where I could still see it, but the spot that I was in first, Jay would have been able to see me from the plane because it was right there.
That's crazy.
Literally right there. And I was excited because I just nerd out about that kind of stuff.
You guys are nerds.
I know.
That's cute.
I know. We're nerds.
I just sit here and watch them set up and I'm listening. And I'm like, they're saying words I don't even know about. And they're just saying
words
little
like,
nerdy mommy and dad.
Yeah, honestly, but not mom and dad right now. Unless Club Pilates is asking.
Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. I just found the comment you were talking about. Abby.
Aww.
This is wild. These are people from my high school.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, from my high school, my church and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Hi, Abby.
Hi.
I'm gonna cry.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, for real. I think you just had I don't know if she just had a baby or something. I feel like I saw something like that on Facebook or Instagram. But congrats.
Congrats.
I see your comment. I will comment back after this episode. Wow, that's so cool.
That is so cool.
I love that because like my parents don't live in Huntsville anymore, so I don't ever go and I don't go see people.
Yeah, you have no reason to
ever. So
go there.
I like really have lost contact with a lot of people.
Yeah,
so that's really cool.
That is cool.
Aww.
Oh my gosh,
makes me want to go visit. Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt you.
Oh my god, you're fine.
But I just wanted to find that.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you found that because I was like, I don't think I know her.
Yeah, there was a few people.
I was trying to like see if you knew her.
There was oh my gosh, who else? Wow, my mind just went blank. But if I know you from childhood and first of all, I'm sorry for how annoying, embarrassing me and Molly probably were.
Oh my gosh.
But love you. Can't wait to reconnect and be friends again, you know?
Yeah.
That's so fun.
I know, that is so fun.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Anyway, so Jay landed.
Oh yeah, so Jay landed. I got him from the airport, and I was just disappointed that the cop
told you to move.
At first, he wasn't mean.
Yeah. I feel like they have to be stern.
Oh yeah, they have to be stern, especially like it is very questionable. Someone sitting right next to the fence, like
at an airport.
Don't blame him at all.
Yeah,
I was a little salty for a second.
It's giving national security.
No, literally, a little bit. Yeah, we love being safe in airports.
Yeah, it's giving calling Homeland Security.
But before my mind could go there, I was still just a little salty and upset.
Of course.
So before I could get to thinking like justifying the cop having to be stern, which cops have to be stern for
safety reasons. Also for their own safety.
Yeah, for their own safety. But I picked Jay up and I was telling him that the cop made me move and everything. And I told Jay, I was like, I bet the tower told on me.
Yeah, because they're like looking for people.
Yeah. I was like, I bet someone from the tower called the cops, which that probably happened.
Honestly.
But anyway.
That's true.
It was just funny because I was like, I am not going to move until I'm told to move in. I was told to move. But anyway, I'm just happy that Jay's home.
Yeah.
Almost said, I'm happy that my boyfriend's home.
Your boyfriend. Your boyfriend who married you.
It was so hard when we first got married. It was weird.
To change the like verbiage.
Yeah. Even when we were engaged, which we were engaged for like a week.
Yeah, I was going to say like 2 seconds.
No, literally. I was like, I can't. Like, it was so weird to call him my fiance.
Yeah.
I was almost like,
Ew.
Like, why? It was
kind of.
It was giving cringe.
It is kind of giving cringe to call someone your fiance.
I mean,
it's giving like I'm a little fancier than I actually am.
And I'm not.
I get it, like if you're engaged for like 2 years, but also like if you're engaged for 2 years, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why?
Like,
I guess you're planning like a $20,000 to $200,000 wedding.
I was like $20,000 these days.
I was gonna say
nothing.
Is in my backyard.
Yeah. I mean, love if I could have had that budget, to be honest. But I'm just saying that's still considered.
Let me just say
a small wedding.
This is a hot take. This will be.
There you go, Nicolette.
You know what I'm not good with? Expensive AF weddings.
Yeah.
Which Nicolette runs weddings. So I don't know.
That's true.
You might disagree with me, but I just think it's unnecessary.
Oh yeah, same.
It's unnecessary. You don't have to do it for that much. There are I just don't understand venues and things like that that are so expensive that will literally cost people spend the amount of like a house, like when you're buying a house on a wedding, and that's a day.
Yeah.
I'm like,
no,
save it for your honeymoon, save it for trips, save it for literally anything else.
Your life, not a day.
Yeah. I'm like, I still feel like we spent a lot for my wedding, and it was like, I think we spent $9,000, which like compared to most people,
that is crazy that you were able to pull that off for $9,000.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's not.
That's insane.
You don't have to do, and like, We had a beautiful venue.
Yeah.
Like, I would have spent maybe a little bit more on my dress, or like, not even more. I might have just like looked at different places because we just like looked at David. I felt pressure. Anyways, I feel pressure.
You do. It is hard in the moment though. It's like,
yeah.
Once you're in that season, you're like,
especially, obviously I didn't know what I wanted, but whatever. Yeah. That's just my hot take. Like, you really do not save your money. Mm-hmm. Do like something fun. Like, you can make it look cute. You can still make it like whatever you want, but just do it on less of a budget. And if you happen to have the extra money like that you were going to use for it, use it for something like traveling or like, saving for a rainy day, whatever. Because then like life actually happens.
Yeah. Literal life.
Would have loved that extra money.
Unless you have an extra $100,000 sitting around.
Sure. But like, unless you're.
But if you do, why are you listening to this podcast?
Right, exactly. Exactly. I don't know if we're your people.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. But also, if that's your dream, go for your dreams.
Oh my gosh, no. Okay. This reminds me, when Molly was we were texting about it after the live or whatever, and she said she listened to the episode, and she was like, you guys are very like politically correct or whatever, like in the sense of we just are like, we're very agreeable. And I was like, yeah, we are, but like also we're not.
Yeah.
And this is one of those where I'm like, no, if you have an extra $100,000, no, don't use it on your wedding.
I guess so. Yeah, that's true.
If that's what you want, why?
She's like, how does your brain work?
I don't understand you.
No, I don't tell people this all the time. Why was I going to say that?
I'm like, we only talk to each other, so I don't know who you're telling.
No, literally. Truly.
Sorry.
But like, if someone happens to ask me, like, what do I do for a wedding? Don't ask me, because I'm going to tell you to get married at the park that I got married at.
For free.
For free.
And it was freaking beautiful.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It was literally like, not to be vain or selfish, but it's my favorite wedding I've ever been to.
No, literally. I think it might be my favorite wedding I've ever been to. Like, don't get me wrong, I loved our wedding.
Yeah.
First of all, it's been 7 years, so I barely remember it at this point. I need to go back and watch our video again. That Janessa and Taylor did, because it's
so sweet.
It was so sweet and so beautiful and so fun.
I don't think I've ever seen the video.
Really?
I don't think so. Not that I remember. Yeah, I want to see it.
The one thing I will say is the one thing I asked them, I said, I don't like Ben Rector. You want to know what the song they used? Stop. Ben Rector. I'm like, cool.
Oh, Ben.
But it is kind of the vibes, but also thanks for that.
Yeah.
Now that's how I have to listen.
Well, you can just take the video and...
I'm not doing anything.
Okay. No,
it just is what it is.
I should have known.
Yeah. Like, no.
You're like, I'm not going to do anything.
It's my own ick, honestly. I just think he's icky.
Yeah.
No offense to people that like Ben Rector.
No, it's okay. I have a whole soapbox on him. I do like Ben Rector. I think that up until the last few albums that I ever listened to of his, I was like, these are all the same songs.
They're all the same song.
They're all the same songs.
They're all the same songs. No, I can't freaking talk. But also, so my freshman year of college, before I ever went to our college, I went to Mississippi College.
Oh yeah.
Shout out if you know what Mississippi College is.
For real, it's a small,
like more private university. But our like freshman orientation, they had him come, and I remember.
Oh wow.
He was like on stage, whatever, and it's like I think it's like kind of a Baptist university or whatever, so it's like kind of Christian, whatever. Obviously, how colleges are. And he from stage was like, "Don't ask me to sing these songs." Like he's asked for requests. And he was like, "Don't ask me to sing these songs. I'm not singing them." Or whatever. And it just like gave me a bad taste in my mouth. And I was like, gosh. You're gross. You're gross. Like, why are you even here? Yeah, it was just like weird.
Rude.
I know. So anyways, yeah, I don't like him.
Oh, I could see why.
But if you're Ben Rector watching this, I'm sure you are a great person. You're not watching this.
He's probably evolved by now.
Who knows?
Hopefully.
But just like, ew.
Yeah.
No offense.
Wow.
Anywho, moving on.
Let's see. What else do we have? Oh, I hit 30 days of no sugar yesterday.
Yes. So proud of you.
Thank you.
I don't know the last time I've done something consistently for 30 days.
It's... I feel like I'm going to sound like show-offy if I say this, but I don't say it in that way. But, like,
do it.
But I just got so used to the routine where it just became easy.
Which is great. That's, like, the point.
Yeah.
The point of doing something for... Because 30 days creates a habit, right?
Yeah.
Are you still going to do it?
I think, yeah, I am. Except for your sip of coffee that I had and that sip of coffee. That was disgusting.
Which for sure has sugar in it.
Yeah. Yeah. But, yeah, I'm going to keep doing it because I have a goal, and it's to be hot before 30 so I can be hot on my 30th birthday. And I know I'm already hot. Okay.
You are.
But you guys know what I mean. I want to get cut. I want to get lean. So it's not be me.
She's 29 and feeling fine and wants to be 30, flirty, and thriving, but flirty with her husband.
Flirty with my husband.
Yes. And we understand.
Yeah.
We listen and we don't judge.
Yeah, truly.
But sometimes.
So that's my goal is to be, and it's more of a goal of like, I need to be disciplined.
Yeah.
Like I have not been disciplined in a minute about my physical well-being just from all the sickness and all the fun stuff. So it's really that kind of like, okay, God healed me. Now let's like take stewardship of my body and actually like take care of it.
Well, step 1, cancel Club Pilates.
Yeah. Which is
girl.
I know.
You need to cancel that. And then I also convinced my sister-in-law to join Club 4 Fitness.
Oh, nice.
So we need to do that. You need to do that with me so that we can do it together.
Yeah.
Only if you want to.
I actually was thinking about that the other day. It might be financially irresponsible, unfortunately, because I have access to the free gym.
You do. At your apartment?
No.
Or at Highlands College?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't go in front of them and work out.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We can work out at different places.
Yeah, we can work out somewhere different.
I'm like, But also, I think they let you do friend passes sometimes. So if you ever wanted to come with me, we can do that. Definitely. And then it's like, I think you get the first one free. And then if you ever want to come again, I think it's like $10.
Oh, that's
or something like that. And they have like a sauna and all that. That's nice. Yeah. I'll just force my sister-in-law to go with me.
Okay, great.
Please, Rachel. I need you. I don't like going by myself. And I also don't want to pass out in the sauna the first time I use it because I am slightly scared of that.
I'm a little scared of that.
I'm scared of it, but when I went for Mother's Day, Steven got me and my sister, not just Steven and my sister's husband, got us like a spa thing, and we did the steam room in that, and it took me a minute to adjust, but I loved it. It was like, it just felt like good.
I couldn't.
To sweat something. You got to be hydrated.
Yeah, you got to be hydrated.
And you have to work your way up too. Like you can't just like go in there for 20 minutes and then, like expect to be fine.
Yeah. So when we went in there, I went in there with Tiffany and Esther, and they loved it. And I was just like, my anxiety was a little bit like,
it's claustrophobic for a little bit.
I'm trying. It's hot, which I hate being hot. I know it's good for you, like in a steam room, but I don't like being hot.
No, I don't either.
And it was wet.
It is. That's the thing about a steam room. Literally.
I was just like, I can't do this. And so I did leave.
Yeah.
But
I don't blame you. I think you too. Like I have to be, I'm going to have to be like, I'm going to have to bring water, like cold water with me so that like my insides are cold as they're exiting. The toxins are exiting my body, hopefully. Yeah. But anyways.
Yeah.
I don't even know how we got on this topic.
Wellness. Not eating sugar for 30 days, which I'll continue. It's hard to, I know this is like weird saying it's a hard decision, but I'm like, should I just move from 0 sugar to doing paleo, which allows like
a little bit
honey and
like natural sugar?
Yeah. Natural sugar, like maple syrup.
You could.
So I think I could
see how your body does with it and then like adjust from there.
Yeah. So, because I still want to stay on track, but I don't want to. I got to be careful because I don't want to restrict myself and start, not getting into some healthy eating habits.
Yeah. You don't want to go down that route.
There's no fear in food.
No.
But I do want to be hot.
Fat is best.
Fat is best. Yeah. Truly.
Healthy is hot.
Fat is best. Healthy is hot.
Let's say that.
Wait. Merch.
Yes. Be healthy is hot on the back, but fat is best.
Yes. Healthy is hot.
We're not creating unhealthy people here.
Yeah. Healthy is hot with a salad on the front. Fat is best with a grilled cheese on the back.
Yes. Grilled mac and cheese thing.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. I wish.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Any more life updates?
Yeah. I thought it was coffee. Oh yeah. I thought the food poisoning was coffee making my stomach hurt. Oh, I did. Okay. So. When Jay was in California, he stayed with Michael and Jacqueline. Shout out Jacqueline. She listens to the podcast.
Love it.
So
wait, aren't they pregnant?
They had their baby in February or January.
Oh wait, you told me that.
January, yeah.
Aww.
Yeah. She's
Congrats
so cute.
to them. That's awesome.
Anyway, Jay FaceTimed me one night because she made them dinner, and it was it's called schnitzel. It's basically like really thin chicken breasts fried and like panko crumbs or something. So just basically like fried chicken, but it's really good.
Is she like German or something?
No, she's Romanian.
Romanian.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really cool.
I was like, that sounds like something that would come from like Germany or like
when she said schnitzel, I was like, I feel like Maria said that before.
Literally. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So Jay had FaceTimed me, and she also made like a what's it called? Buffalo sauce to go with it. And Jay was like, you have to make this when I get home. Like, this is so good. I was like, okay, I'll get Jacqueline to tell me the recipe. And she did. And so after I hung up, you just get that wife, like, I can cook. Like, I can cook for you.
Do you get that? Because I don't know about that.
Well. It's like I wasn't insecure or anything. Maybe a little bit. But I was like, oh, I'll freaking make you a meal. I will remind you that I can cook.
You're like,
for
no,
you.
I'm the wife.
Yeah.
No, I am.
Which I will be making that recipe that Jacqueline told me about because it looks good. But in that moment, I decided, I was like, you're going to come home to a pot roast and the best pot roast you've ever had.
Oh, yeah. I feel like your love language is like acts of service.
No, I literally I love cooking for people.
Yeah.
It is my favorite thing. Esther and Tiffany are like talking about, we're planning like a night where we make charm bracelets. Start that over. We're planning a night where we're wanting to do charm bracelets. There were some girls that weren't able to come.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
There were some girls that were not able to come to the Galentine's party and the charm.
So you can do like a big girls' night and do it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, can I come?
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like listening to this. I'm like, wait, I want to go.
No, like you're literally invited.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to do that. Why did I start talking about? Oh yeah. I literally, and
the amount of times we've been like, wait, why did we start this conversation?
Why am I talking again?
Why are we here?
For real. But it was either Esther or Tiffany. They said something like, yeah, we'll just do like a small charcuterie board or whatever. But in my head, I'm like, no, I'm making bread. I'm making focaccia. I'm going to make cookies. I can't not.
Yeah.
I cannot.
Can't not.
Not make something.
You're a hostess.
I really am.
I honestly can't wait for you guys to have like a house or something because I just feel like
same.
You're gonna thrive.
It is my dream for people to just come over and for me to just like,
here you go,
provide.
Yeah.
Like,
I love that. And I will come over and I will be the one provided for.
I will provide for you.
And I love it.
I will go and I will gather. Yes. Like a Proverbs 31 woman.
And I will come hunt. No, I'm just kidding.
I will milk my cow.
Yeah, no, we really need to convince Steven and Jay to like, we could just all buy land together.
Yeah.
And then I could just walk to your house. God, the dream. Anyways.
The dream.
We can't start talking about that because
I know.
it's 12:30.
It's
like, we gotta go.
Oh, shoot, it is. Okay. I started reading my book, The Funny Story Book.
Which we're starting next week on Patreon.
Yes.
Yes.
Pretty good.
She's just ahead.
This is a big one. I cleaned out Luna's crate.
Nice.
Which took, you've never been to my apartment, which is so weird to think about.
I've never been inside, which is ridiculous because I come and I drive and I stop and I'm there.
And you're there.
I don't go inside.
Yeah. But her crate is a crate. And then like we built a pen as well. So she would have room to walk around. But she hasn't used it in like 2 years because she's now trained to just like, not get into stuff when we're not there.
Mm-hmm.
It took a while because she is a husky.
Yeah.
But anyway, freed up basically what feels like another full room in our apartment because it was taking up like the whole space that's designated for the dining area took up that entire space.
Dang.
Yeah. So that's all gone.
That's nice.
I know. And it's like, there's just open space there. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
I feel free.
No, literally. So that was really awesome. Okay. And my last one is I started
What? What just came out of your mouth? I don't know.
The brain is not
braining.
Not braining.
Neither of us.
I started.
I don't know what was about to come out of your mouth, but my mind went straight to the gutter. I don't know.
You'll have to tell me afterwards.
Okay.
I started using frownies. I don't know if you've ever heard of this.
Did not think it's not even close to what what I thought you were saying.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. Frownies. No, I've heard of them.
Okay. Yeah. I started using those. Last night was my second night using them. Yeah. I woke up to a flat forehead. No lines. It'll take a minute for it to actually like last. So I'll have to wear it. I have to wear them every night for I think like 30 days or something.
You'll have to let me know how you like them because I feel like I've heard mixed reviews.
Yeah.
Of like they work, but then
they don't freeze your forehead like
over the day, like over the day, like it goes back or something.
Yeah,
which is why you have to do it every night.
Yes, to start out with, what from my understanding, I will say.
Okay,
I feel like I'm so excited to like jump up and defend a brand. I'm like, wait, I haven't even I've used them for 2 nights. Yeah. I'm like, no, they work. And I'm like, I don't know, Maggie.
It's night 2.
Yeah, it's night 2. But the idea is that you wear it consistently for 30 nights. Yeah, 30 nights. I thought I said 30 months. I am not okay. I need to shut up. Anyway, it'll work eventually. Bye. I'm done.
Okay. I don't know what is in our coffee, but we love it.
Yeah, same.
Oh my gosh. No, I want to try them though.
Okay.
I don't ever want to get Botox, but I would love to look like I have Botox.
Yeah.
So let me know if they work. Yeah.
I have gotten Botox and I did love it. Mm-hmm. It's just so expensive.
It's so expensive. Yeah. Also,
it's also
just the like toxins. I just don't know.
They're literally, I think it's
botulinum toxin, which is what Botox is.
Oh, I thought it was a neurotoxin or something, but anyway.
It's like one of the most toxic things you can put in your body.
Yeah, I learned that recently. Yeah. And the whole time I knew it's not incredible.
Right, of course, nobody is saying this is like the healthiest thing for you.
But I did recently learn that it's like, that's really bad.
Yeah. Which if you get Botox,
more power to you.
Like more power to you.
Yeah.
Nothing.
We're not judging.
Nothing against if that is your journey and your choice. Go for it.
That's not my journey.
That's not my journey.
I saw a video on
But
YouTube.
I also could eat my words and in like a year be like, yes, I got Botox.
Yeah, which I wouldn't judge you. I'd be like, slay mama.
I would judge myself a little bit.
Get that Botox.
Anyways, my turn to talk.
I am done. I just need to turn off my mic.
Okay. Okay, I guess I'll get into my life updates. I have a lot of things. So I have life updates. I have a beach because we went on our beach trip.
Yes.
So I have beach updates / what we did. And then I have my health stuff that I'll briefly touch on.
Yeah.
But I'll end with that because it's kind of a cool thing. My first update is, oh yeah. So out front, like we did the little raised garden bed.
Yeah.
The strawberries are blooming.
Oh my gosh.
The strawberries are blooming, and both Steven and Margot both tried one and loved it.
Oh my gosh.
I fear I did probably cut back the plant a little too much. So I'm a little nervous they're going to start dying because of that.
Yeah.
But everything was like, just, I don't know. If you know how to like garden and do plants, help me out.
Let me know.
Let me know what to do because it's just like a raised garden bed. I'll take a picture and maybe put it on Patreon or something.
Yeah.
And it's in the front of our like our front yard because it gets the best spot of like sun all day. But I don't ever know, like, because it's like in a thing that we have thyme and then also flowers in it. And I want to put some other stuff in it too. But I don't know if they all like have to be watered differently or what. I don't know. I'm just scared that I'm going to mess it up. But anyways, there's still strawberries growing and it's really cute and it's really fun. So that's pretty cool.
I love
that. That's my first time ever successfully growing anything.
Wow.
Because even if I get like...
Besides a child.
Well, yeah, but I didn't do much for that. Like, that was more just how the Lord created it for that.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Yeah.
He did not create me apparently for outside of pregnancy because the healthiest I've ever been is during pregnancy. But I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, no, it's fun. But every other plant I somehow kill. I don't know. It's confusing. Anywho, also... on launch day, I don't know if I told you this, but Margo took a 3-hour nap, which was the best thing ever.
Whoa. That was the day after you got back from the beach, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was a blessing.
That's impressive.
3-hour nap. And then also I recently saw the new Snow White. And...
oh no. What are your thoughts?
You know, this is like a hot take, I guess. I just like, what is going on with Disney in the world? I don't understand. It's okay for the girl to just be saved. It's okay to stick to the classic. Mm-hmm. Like, I get it. Don't get me wrong. The original Snow White, there were some things that needed to change. Because it's a little bit, you know, not appropriate / offensive in some way, shape, or form.
Honestly, I haven't seen it since I was a child.
I haven't seen...
I know the premise.
Yeah.
But, you know.
But it was just a bit... I feel like they just tried to do way too much.
Overcompensated.
They tried to overcompensate. They tried to, like, make the story kind of different. It just was, like... It's cute, and I feel like maybe, like, my child would enjoy it. What I don't understand is why are Disney movies that are created for children now trying to make live actions that are, like, more... They have more depth and more meaning to them when they're...
Yeah.
It's made for a kid. Just keep it for a kid. That's why we like you.
Yeah.
Because I want to watch lighthearted. I don't want to I don't want like a deeper meaning to everything.
Yeah.
I want the princess to be saved. Okay?
Hence this podcast.
Hence the podcast. Don't get me wrong. I'm also for a strong girl. I love Moana. I love Moana.
I've never watched it. I don't have a kid.
What? Oh my gosh. We're going to have a Disney marathon.
Okay.
I love Moana. Mulan. Love.
Oh,
obviously.
I do love Mulan.
But it's just like, you can also have the like gentle needs, like loves to just care for people. That doesn't make her weak because she needs to be saved by someone in that particular circumstance. Like, it doesn't make a woman weak to like be gentle. And like,
which that could be a freaking sermon, honestly.
So that is my hot take. It was interesting. I watched it while I was not feeling well because I just needed something to watch. The songs are meh, you know, whatever. To this day, my favorite live action that they've made so far is still Cinderella. And they didn't even...
I don't think I've seen that.
It was really cute. I feel like they stuck to like what it is, except they didn't do the music in it, and that made me kind of sad.
Aww.
Which is so weird because the girl that played her is like such a good singer. Anyways, whatever. I could talk about that for days. Anywho, yeah, I just wrote down basically that the new Snow White, it just like gave me the ick. So, that's my hot take about that. And then, yeah, so we went to the beach. We went to Santa Rosa, not Sarasota, Santa Rosa, like seaside area. We have family down there. I think we already talked about that a little bit on the podcast, but yeah, it was really fun. What should I say? I have like different things, but
say it all.
I don't know. I just have different points. Okay. I have talk about Fawnville. So I posted what is with my hands? Anywho.
At least you can talk.
I hate it though. Like, I talk so much with my hands and I'm like,
I do too.
It's so annoying. Anyways, yeah, no, on the day that we left, like I was telling you about, we went to Fawnville and I like trying to podcast and stuff. I I've never been good at Instagram. I've never been good at like social media and stuff, but like we're trying, okay? We're doing our best.
We're trying.
So I had a coffee from there and I was like, oh, like I'll take a cute picture or whatever and post it on my Instagram. So I did that and Fawnville, like the Instagram of Fawnville, like liked it or whatever and like commented and stuff. I was like, oh, that's fun. Like cute. And then I went to their Instagram and on their story, they like repost if you, like a bunch of people like.
If you tag them.
If you tag them or something, but they repost it to where like you're tagged in it or whatever, but they just like screenshotted mine and posted it. And I was like,
what the heck?
I'm confused.
Wait, isn't your account private?
Not anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like, so it's me. Should I be offended? I don't know. But anyways,
I mean, whatever happened, they did repost it somehow.
They reposted it. It's just a picture of coffee. It wasn't even my face.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't anything. But I was like, is that... I texted my sister. I was like, is that a thing? Because she's obviously in media.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not an influencer by any means. So I'm not saying that I didn't want... I'm not asking for that.
Yeah.
It was just weird to me that every single one before that was like, this person... You know how like on stories, it'll be like...
Yeah, you can see that it's
or whatever.
reposted,
Yeah. And then there was mine. And I was like, okay. Weird.
That is pretty funny.
Anywho, I'm not cool enough for Fawnville, apparently. But I'm wearing your merch.
Let me just say, though, Fawnville, that comeback story.
What?
They closed a few years ago. They closed down. Yeah. And, I mean, it was years ago that I think Anyway, I went there for the first time like years ago and I was like, this is the best coffee I've ever had. Which it wasn't. I was just on a high and I was in my early 20s.
Right. You just want to be trendy.
I just wanted to be cool. But it was pretty good coffee.
I will say the coffee I had was good.
Yeah. I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
But then it closed down and I was devastated. Why was I devastated about a place that I've only been to once?
That you don't even live there.
I don't even live there.
That's
I don't know.
hilarious.
But I was devastated. But then they opened back up a few years ago. They brought it back. And I was like, oh my God, Fawnville. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
And we're going to go down there at some point this summer.
Yep.
So come with us.
Yeah, come with us.
No, it's really cute. It was packed. It was really packed. But it was good. I got like too flustered to figure out what I wanted to eat because all I could see was baked goods. And Jay... Like he mentioned, I haven't mentioned that I am gluten intolerant on the podcast yet. So if you don't know, I can't eat bread. So I like panicked and then I was like, whatever, I'm just getting a coffee.
Yeah.
Because we were going over to my sister-in-law's house after anyways for breakfast. So I just got a coffee, but their food did look really good, I will say.
Yeah.
I'll have to try it next
go back.
time.
Oh my gosh.
We did have to, so we stayed in an Airbnb that was like, if you've ever been there, there's, what is it? 93 is the main road. That's like, it's not Seaside Road, which is like when you're driving through like the little towns or whatever. It's not that road, but it's like the main highway or something that kind of goes Panama to like Destin and all that. We stayed like right across that.
Okay.
And so we had like it is a golf cart, but it was like a more intense golf cart. I don't know, whatever. Mm-hmm. So you can kind of.
Like a gator?
I don't know. Oh. You can drive it. It's faster.
Okay.
So we were able to drive that to the beach, like across. It took like 2 minutes to get to the beach, which is great. But so we had all of us, and then we had like the first day that we were there, it was just us with Margot and then Courtney and Joel with their boys. And then, because my dad and my brother were like golfing, my mom wanted to stay home. Don't blame her. All the children. It's crazy. And we had like wagons that we were pulling. We had 2 wagons because obviously like we went to a free area or whatever. So you had to bring all your own stuff. Mm-hmm. But there was no parking. So it ended up being, we brought all the wagons and then the boys had to go back, take the golf cart and all that back to the place and then ride bikes back. So it was me and my sister and the 3 of our kids like trekking through the sand with these heavy wagons. And by the time we got to our spot, the boys were already back. We were like, we're not doing that again.
No.
No.
That is so annoying.
It was the biggest workout I've had in a while. But anyways, it was fine. It was wild. So it took us about 15 minutes to walk like 10 steps. 40. The next time, I will say, the boys did it though.
Thank you, boys.
Yeah, thank you for boys. Just thank you.
Just thank you.
Just thank you in general. Yeah. I like the first day I was like, no, we're freaking doing it. I'm like, I'm a strong mother woman. Like we don't need to wait for a man, please. And then you have all of the lifeguards and just people watching me and Courtney like tregging through the freaking sand, sweating for our lives. I'm like, you're just watching. I'm not like several teenage boys. We're just walking past them. Oh my
gosh.
And they're just looking at us. And I'm just like, cool. Thanks. Where's chivalry? Margot slept decent. She did not sleep in her bed the first night, unfortunately. That's the only thing about like traveling is like, you never know how their kids are going to sleep. And when they're young and they're like 2, we were going to have her sleep in the same room as Royal and Lincoln, but like we just weren't sure how it was going to go. And she ended up like waking up crying and she ended up sleeping in our bed the first night and whatever. Aww. So sleep is like a luxury that sometimes you don't have on vacation with children. But anyways, it ended up being fine. She's just a little bit of a drama. She likes her drama a little bit.
Yeah, she does.
She's my child, so it's expected. Me and my dad watched basketball. My family loves sports, but me and my dad have basketball in common, so we watched the NBA, some of the NBA like finals and stuff were going on, and then the WNBA was playing, and so I like to watch the WNBA.
Yeah.
And it's fun though, because like it's how me and my dad bond and stuff, and so we were sitting there watching it, and the way we talk to each other is he just like we bicker and he makes fun of it and all the things, and my mom was like, or no, my sister was like, why do you even watch with him if you just get in fights? I'm like, don't you get it? That's the point.
Yeah.
And like that means that we're bonding.
Yeah, right.
If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
So
I understand.
That's the kind of family I grew up in. Grew up in.
Yeah.
And you either love it or you hate it. It gives me a little anxiety sometimes, but you know, we are who we are. So
it is what it is.
It is what it is. Oh yeah. I don't know if you heard on the video that I made yesterday on the Instagram, but there's a video of Margot being like, "It's the beach," and it's so cute.
Oh my gosh.
I need to show you the actual video.
That's so cute.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
It's the beach.
She had the time of her life.
Oh,
it was so fun. Last year when we went, it was like a little miserable because she was sick, and then I like pulled my back out because I'm 80 years old.
Yeah.
Like the second day, so it was just not fun.
The year before that, y'all all got like the stomach.
Oh my gosh, I can't even. So this was like the first vacation that we've had where none of us got sick. It was enjoyable. Like she was thriving in the sand, loves the water, all of the things. But it was so cute. We were driving in. Let me see if I can find it.
That's the beach, yeah.
That's the beach. That's so cute.
That is so cute. That's the beach.
That's the
beach. My gosh.
She loved it. And then we're driving over the little, whatever you call it, bridge. And we have to drive into like inland or whatever to get to our place. And she's like, "Oh no, beach."
Oh.
Like, no, don't worry, we're going back.
Where's it going?
We're going back. That was so fun. And her and like Royal being the same age and getting to play together was really fun to see like them actually play together.
Yeah.
And like
get along.
You know, what kind of Margot every time she just is me to a T. And when she's done with people, she's done with people.
Yeah.
And then Royal is just like the most like friendly, play with me, like I just want to play with you, like kind of boy. And so he would go up to her and like want to play with her, and she would be sitting in there in the sand playing, and he would come up and she would straight up get up and just like move spots.
She's like,
she's like, I just need to build a sandcastle by myself. Which power to you.
Honestly, yeah.
I love her.
Sometimes you just need some solitude.
Yeah.
Truly.
We played beach volleyball, which was really fun. And in the ocean, which was fun. And let's bring back, this is the thing. I think that one of the reasons I didn't have fun the year before is because I was so focused on like making it, being the most prepared and making it the most fun for Margot. And she was 1. And I'm like, she didn't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just cared too much. And this year I was like, you know what? We're just going to be mermaids. Mm-hmm. We're going to get our hair wet.
Yeah.
People that go to the beach and don't get their hair wet.
I don't know her.
That's not me.
Yeah.
Couldn't be me.
No.
People that go and play games in the water and faceplant, those are my people. And it was so fun.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
I love that.
I was like, that is what makes it. When you just don't care and you're just like having fun and you pretend you're not even 18, because I probably didn't do that at 18, but like I think you're 13 and you're being mermaids together again.
I love being a mermaid.
Oh, me too. God, I want to go back to the beach so bad.
We're going back.
We are. Yeah, but then also making that reel at the beach, I was so embarrassed in front of my family.
Oh my gosh.
Like, my sister was like trying to help me, and everybody kept getting like, it was like I would go outside and I would start to do it, and then everybody would come outside because the pool was out there and stuff, and I was like, oh no, I can't do it. And so I went inside and did it or whatever, and my sister was like, what is going on? But yeah.
You're like, I'm just trying.
I'm trying
to provide content.
To provide content for our friends and family and people, but I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
And there's no reason to be embarrassed. You know
There's
what I
no
mean?
reason, but we will be embarrassed.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But also like, nah. No, I'm just not. It's anybody else, I would not care. Walking down the street, wouldn't care.
Yeah.
But my family, they will make fun of me.
Yeah.
Which they won't, though, because they're the most supportive people. But I just feel that in my brain. Yeah. You know? I did. It was when we were driving around Rosemary and like Alice and all that, I was thinking to myself, I was like, this is the land of fit people.
Yeah.
Every single person is wearing Lululemon. Every single person is like going for a run, riding a bike, doing something active. And that we didn't stay in Rosemary. We stayed in Inlet, which is like right outside of it. And I was like, those are not my people. If you go to the beach to work out, you're not my person. I wish. I don't know how you do that.
Yeah.
Because I get there and I'm immediately, no, this is my vacation. I'm not going to like...
Yeah, no.
Add more. Mm-mm. Like, I'll go for a walk.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Love a good walk.
But also, I'm not fit enough to where I would feel comfortable wearing like a workout outfit.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm not
walking down the street.
Yeah.
So it's probably my insecurities saying that. But still.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to like taste and then go back to my spot.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now my dad wants to buy a house down there. So
I'm for that.
Yeah. He was like, we should go in, all of us, and like go in all together and get an Airbnb down there or something. And like, who knows if that will ever happen.
Yeah.
But it would be pretty fun. Because then we could like just go down whenever. And have a free-ish place to stay.
Right.
So who knows?
As a friend, I'd love to mooch.
As a daughter, I would love to mooch off my father. I would love for my friends to mooch.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like my beach update, beach recap. It was really fun. We went to a couple different restaurants and like ice cream spots and walked around Rosemary a little bit. Margaret did some forward rolls.
Yes.
In the grass, which was so cute. I didn't even know she could do that.
Oh.
I need to get her.
She just busted it out?
She straight up just busted it out. And I was like, okay, you need to be in gymnastics or something. Like, you're so cute.
Oh my gosh.
But, so, need to look for those classes around here. But, yeah, it was really fun. And now I feel like I need another vacation after this past weekend because, my gosh.
Yeah.
Because then we got back. We got back on the Monday of Labor Day. Tuesday, we launched our podcast. So we did all of the like launch stuff for that, party. Which was really fun.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the week was like kind of catching up and like post beach stuff. And then Friday is when, if you don't know, I have some lovely health issues that I've been dealing with for like 10 years. And maybe in another episode, I will actually go deeper into them because it's just a lot.
We need to do We need to do a chronic illness episode. Truly.
It's just like depressing.
It is depressing, but there are other people that deal with it. And it's just like from experiencing it myself and being friends with you, it's just my eyes are open to how more common it is.
Well, if you want us to talk about it, let us know.
Yeah.
Because we could do one. It's just depressing to talk about because I don't have answers. But yeah, it's been going on for like 10 years. And I basically get these episodes where TMI, but like we don't know what causes them. I have gut issues basically. And I will wake up in the morning or something and like my gut just goes haywire and I start throwing up and I can't stop. And like just I start getting really dehydrated and I start getting hot flashes. And anyways, it usually ends me up. Usually I can go to my doctor because I know him personally and he in like their storage closet basically can give me IV fluids and like nausea medicine because I basically can't stop until I have IV like until I have fluids and like all that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
We don't know why all this happens, but sometimes I go and they literally can't find a vein and can't get it in basically. So that's what happened this last time. So I ended up having to go to the ER. My mom had to take Margot. Steven took me to the ER on Friday. And we were there until like 2 a.m. Because what ends up happening is the more dehydrated I get, the more my heart rate like skyrockets basically. And so my heart rate gets really high. I like start to feel like I can't breathe. I get really clammy and like my whole entire body starts to shake. It's a lot. It's very traumatic for my body, to be honest. But so anyways, I had to go to the ER. We were there like because we were there from like 3 p.m. to 2 a.m. and they were like,
gosh,
wanting to, basically we were there super long because my heart rate wasn't coming down and like the meds they were giving me they worked for like a little bit and then stopped working. And then I had like a CT scan or something and some stuff was inflamed. So they were like, since it's not really like working, they might want to, what's the word?
Admit?
Yeah, they wanted to admit me. But in order to, I was at like a freestanding, so we were going to have to wait for an ambulance, and that wasn't going to be until like 5 a.m.
An ambulance?
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
an ambulance to like transport us.
Wow.
And then, because I had to wait for like a bed, because obviously like I wasn't dying. Like,
right.
But.
Oh, but you had to stay hooked up. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why.
One is like, yeah, it was just a lot. And you see the doctor for like 2 seconds, and I asked him, I was like, can my husband just take me?
Yeah.
Or whatever. And he was like, you have to ask the nurse that. And I was like, you're the doctor.
What?
Sir.
You have to ask the nurse that.
What? It was so confusing. But anyways, so thankfully, like, we got a second round of medication and like more IV fluids and stuff. And it brought my heart rate down. It brought a lot. It helped a lot. But I've just basically been in recovery since then. And then we'll see my doctor next week, thankfully. And I don't know, try and figure some stuff out. But yeah, so that's been happening for like the last 10 years. But the reason I bring it up is because I was like, I don't know, I hadn't had an episode in like a year and I was feeling very discouraged and just like beat down because I was like, oh, maybe I'm never going to have one again. Maybe I've like kind of figured out my triggers or whatever. And then it happened. And about a day or so after, when you kind of come out of all the medication, because they gave me like morphine and stuff so you can sleep and whatnot.
Yeah.
So after kind of coming to it, a day or so after, I started like really thinking about it and like just talking to the Lord about it because I was really angry, honestly. And he really started to like help me gain perspective. Because basically what happened is, you know, usually I would go to my doctor and they would be able to give me an IV and like I wouldn't have to go to the ER. And that saves obviously a lot of money because the ER is a lot of money if you don't have like the best of the best insurance. But this one time, like they tried like 4 different places. They weren't able to get an IV in me. So and the nausea medicine that they gave me like didn't work. So I ended up having to go to the ER, which is fine. There's a specific ER that we really like, so you don't have to wait a long time. So we went there and we won't
say which ones.
Yeah. Well, it's not important anyways.
It's not important,
But we went to this ER and I got this one nurse. I got back in like a certain amount of time, whatever. They were like kind of slow that day. And I remember like being frustrated because obviously like you feel horrible and you just want to start to feel better. So, but we got this one nurse and it was a guy. And he was super nice and like very talkative. And at first I'm like obviously feeling like crap. So I don't necessarily want to talk, but I appreciate the positive. Yeah. Just the friendliness, the positive attitude. He just was like, he had like a peace about him that a lot of times you don't get with nurses. And just, yeah, he made it feel comfortable, which was really, is not always the case when you go to the ER because they're very like, get you to an okay place and then you're like discharge you. But so he was really sweet, came in and out like we were talking and I'm telling him, this is what usually works for me, blah, blah, blah. He would go talk to the doctor. And a lot of times, sometimes when we go, it's like honestly pretty quick. So I don't have a chance to like really think about putting worship music on or anything like that.
Yeah.
But this time it wasn't. So I ended up putting some worship music on. I don't remember. It was this girl, probably not important to say, but we really like this album. What's her name? Genevieve Linkowski is her name. She did something with anthem worship or whatever. But anyways, we put on her like worship album and I was just like leaning over the bed listening to it and stuff. And he walked in and usually they don't say anything, obviously, about like either I'll turn it down or because they need to do something or say something.
Yeah.
Or they don't say anything about it because, they're in and out doing their thing all day. And we were like sitting there and I was just like listening to it and he was on the computer and he was like, who is this? Like, who are you listening to? And so we started kind of talking about it and he ended up being a believer and goes to a church in Birmingham. And he was bringing up like other artists and stuff. And we just started talking about our faith. Steven like has a video of me being so out of it, but talking to him about it.
Oh my gosh.
And just being like, yeah, like, I don't know. We just started talking about, it's just so weird because I'm never this like lucid. Like I'm never really able to talk when I have these situations.
Right.
Because either I'm too loopy or I'm too, like the pain is too much for me to talk through. And I'm like, throwing up every 2 seconds. But I was like a little bit loopy and just enough of having a little bit of pain relief to be able to like converse. And so we just started talking about the Lord and like it was really cool. And he started talking about how he used to be like a police officer.
Oh, wow.
Like, yeah, he was like a police officer for like 12 years and then switched to nursing. And I was just saying like, obviously thank you for both. And like, thank you for being a nurse. And like, cause that specific hospital is just literally the best in the world. And I would not want to go anywhere else if I'm going to experience like some sort of trauma in that way.
Especially the wait times.
Oh my gosh.
You just walk right in.
You basically walk in and you're seen. It's wild. And this was a Friday at like 3.
Yeah.
Which it got busy at like midnight. But so he ended up, he was like, oh, have you guys heard of like Brandon? Also crazy. We have the same last name.
Oh.
Yeah. He was like saying, I think his name was like Tyler Moore or like something Moore, Trey Moore or something like that. And our last name is Moore. And I was like, that's crazy. First of all, that we have the same last name. Obviously Moore is common, but like, it was just cool. And we just kept talking and like started talking about the Lord, talking about different, like just different things. And, eventually like I got the medication I needed and was like able to kind of sleep a little bit and he was in and out and we turned on the song he liked. It was Brandon Lakes. Right? No. Who sings? Brandon Lakes, right? Is that the right name?
What's the song?
This is How I Fight My Battles, maybe?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. It's someone. I don't know who sings that song. I feel like I've seen it.
Yeah, Brandon Lake.
Okay, yeah. Ow, my leg.
I don't remember the song exactly that he mentioned, but we put it on and he came in and he like was singing it a little bit. Aww. Not in a bad way too. Yeah. Like it was really sweet and it was just like cool because I've never experienced like the presence of God in like
in the ER,
in an ER room. Like it was really sweet. It was very much needed for me.
Yeah.
And so we just like, it was a really sweet situation. And then his shift ended. Oh, he was saying that we started talking about, I was like, what made you move to nursing? And we started talking about all that. And then he was like, yeah, like God wakes me up at like 1 a.m. every day. So, and he like tells me to pray from like 1 to 5. And he prays. He literally wakes up every day. He prays 1 to 5.
Oh my gosh.
a.m. and then goes into work at 7 and leaves at 7. Yeah. And I was like, and just like
a warrior.
And I was just like having conversation with him. And I was like, well, thank you for doing that. Cause like, no doubt you were praying for me when you do that. Like you are praying for me specifically. You're praying for people that come in with like in a what can be very scary situations.
Yeah.
Like they don't know what's going on. And just to bring even like a little of that peace, like it is with a purpose. He's like, I don't know why. And So first of all, the fact I was able to form a sentence during that was like crazy to me.
Yeah.
And this is all like stuff I'm realizing after the fact because I obviously didn't realize it in the moment. So then he was like in and out a little bit. And I was in and out from like sleeping because I was finally at a little bit of rest. My heart rate was still up at that point, but his shift ended at 7 and he came in to say bye to us. Like he came in and was like, hey, like my shift is over. Like the next nurse is going to take over, but I just want to say bye and like, you know, say how much of a pleasure it was to like have you guys and stuff. And he started crying.
I'm going to start crying.
I know. And he was just like, it was because he was like, it's not, you know, people come in their worst conditions to the ER.
Yeah.
And we don't necessarily, from someone that comes in as, you know, in one of my worst conditions, I understand from the patient aspect of like, being frustrated with the doctors or the nurses because you're the one in pain. But a lot of times we don't think about the fact that they're also being like getting the worst of people.
Yeah. And not just you. It's like multiple
people at a time, yelling at them, crying for help, like seeing things that you would never want to see. And this is their everyday. I could never do it, first of all. And he was just like, you know, it's been a day, it's been a week, whatever. Like, there's been a lot just with people and like not, you know, they just don't get treated the best always. Yeah. And like, that's not to say anything against people that are going through things. Like, I understand you have to have grace on both ends. But it was just really sweet because I was like talking to Steven after and I was just like, if that is the main reason, like God still has me going through all of this, not to say God causes illness. I don't like, he doesn't, but I do think he allows suffering,
the testing of
our faith,
excuse me,
the testing, and like he allows our suffering for a greater purpose because it just like brought me out of it's being about me.
Yeah,
because obviously like when you're going through pain, like you it's almost impossible to think of anything other than yourself. It's already, and like, not to say that I don't think about Margot in those situations, but that's just like why I don't like to have her around me when I'm in that because you don't I feel like an awful mother when I'm like having to think about myself, but then also wanting to take care of her and being not able to take care of her is a lot. But anyways, so I don't know, it brought me out of it. And I was just like, Lord, like, thank you that like I even got to speak with that one human. I want to go back and like meet him how I am now and like give him a gift basket or something and just be like, thank you. Because literally the next nurse gave me anxiety and I was like,
dang.
It was awful. I saw them twice maybe in the span of like 6 hours and it was just like, it was ridiculous. And then I don't think, obviously nurses do not get, especially ER nurses, they don't get like the thanks that they deserve in those moments. So it was just a blessing. It was a blessing to me. It was a blessing hopefully to him, it seemed. And like, it just brought me out of a place of like really self-pity and like frustration with God of like, why is this still happening to me? And don't get me wrong, I still question it and like am still frustrated that it's happening because nobody wants to have pain, especially physical pain. Like physical pain, when you have a certain level of it, like I have given birth and I would rather give birth 10 more times than like continue to go through unknown like health stuff.
Yeah.
But if it is solely to be able to help other people or like give thanks to other people that are there or whatever, like, okay. It's just like it made me accept it.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, God, like, I'm in your hands. My body is in your hands. I trust that, like, you're going to take care of me. You're going to take care of my family, and whoever you want to impact with this, like, do it. You know, like, don't let me stop you from doing it. Now it would be amazing to be able to do it while not being in pain.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just gave me such a cool, it brought me out of a dark place. One that I needed, but also made me very grateful to be able to be used by God in that way.
Yeah.
Because also, like, we're not all, I don't know, how often do you get to be able, like, to actually be the hands and feet of Jesus and, like,
right,
in a scenario, and then, like, a couple of days look back on it and realize that.
Yeah.
It was just, like, very special for me. Because I don't feel like I had ever experienced that up until this point.
Yeah.
With my health issues. So anyway, that was my health stuff. I mean,
man, you got me.
It was really cool. It was really sweet. It was very impactful to me, and I genuinely like want to go back and just ask if there's a nurse here by this name and like give him a thank you note or something, because it was just awesome. But yeah, so that has been the last like week and a half of my life. Kind of a roller coaster. I'm recovering now. Still recovering. It takes me like 2 weeks to get back to whatever you want to call normal. And now like we're really putting on hold like a lot of other things because we're trying to just, I have to get my health figured out. That's the priority.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes next week with my doctor's appointment and whatnot. But
yeah, I'm excited to hear about it.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry, future me editing this.
So not quite as funny and lighthearted, but just kind of a cool
that's
God story that I'm really grateful for. And
so cool.
And
I was about to say,
also really grateful for my friends like you and Tiff and Molly and the people I can reach out to in these moments, because you really need your village in those moments.
Yeah.
And I cannot stress enough how grateful I am for you guys.
Yeah. Just even if they can't do anything, like I can't show up at the hospital and put something in your arm because that's illegal and you don't want me to do that.
Right, of course.
But like just knowing that your friends know and are aware.
Well, I was like, I told Steven, I was like, Steven, please text Maggie and Tiffany, because I needed my like prayer people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I felt it. Like I genuinely think it makes a difference. So.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I definitely experienced that just walking through the pits of being sick.
Yeah. We love health issues.
Try not to cry.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot. And it's a lot of like, especially when you have it over years and like it's chronic stuff that you don't, even if you know where it comes from, the second you have a feeling that reminds you of it, like that is bodily trauma and mental trauma too. Like, it's a very real thing, and it's a very hard thing to walk through, and I'm very grateful I have you that is similar. You know, we've walked through similar things, and my best friend Molly, like, it's crazy who God aligns in your life, I think, especially when you're going through seasons of like this. I'm very grateful for it, because it's really, honestly, impossible to do on your own. So, I love you.
Love you. I was trying not to talk because I can't. If I'm crying, it's like physically impossible to talk.
Yeah.
For some reason. But yeah, I'm glad you're able to talk about it. Yeah. Sometimes it's so hard for me to talk about it without like.
That's okay. I mean, this is the first time I have talked about it without crying.
Yeah.
And it's probably because we're recording and I'm hyper aware of my surroundings right now.
True.
So.
Yeah. And I remember for the longest time, it was so hard for me to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because it felt like it physically triggered my body.
No, literally.
Which is scary because I've never experienced like a trigger before.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's hard to.
That's why I don't like going I don't like to have to make doctor's appointments, anything like that, because it forces me to face those emotions and those feelings.
Yeah.
And it brings those feelings and that like pain back up. And and also brings up a time in my life where it was so constant testing and constant things to literally come to the conclusion that we still don't know what it is.
Right. Yeah. That's the main frustration.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to go to the doctor because you're like, oh, I'm not going to get an answer.
When you get poked and prodded and like, it's not a fun thing
Yeah.
to do whatsoever. So, but it is, you know, this was a wake up call for me in the sense of like, okay, it's time to like kind of go down that route again with a new doctor that's like more an integrative health doctor. She focuses on different things. So hopefully she'll be able to help a little bit more and get somewhat of answers.
We love Dr. Miller.
Love her so much.
Yeah.
Birmingham Integrative Health, we love you.
It's just such a like switching from my last doctor, who was not a bad doctor.
Yeah.
Just not the doctor for chronic illness.
There's just a point with like with regular mainstream doctors. There's a point when you walk through illness that is not a straightforward thing.
Yeah.
Where they get to the point where they're like, they don't know what to do.
They don't know.
And then it's like, well, maybe let's send you to this specialist. Well, let's send you to this specialist.
Yeah.
Da, da, da. And it's so hopeless of a situation because they genuinely, like, I don't know if they know how to look deeper or if they just are bound by insurance or what.
Yeah.
But like walking into Dr. Miller's office for the first time was the most validating I have ever felt.
Yes.
Just for her to be like, okay, let's take an extensive test of all these things. And it's just crazy. So.
Yeah. And someone to like, it feels like they actually care.
Yes.
Like she gives you a hug.
Hugs you every time.
She hugs you.
Yeah. Unless you're actually sick with like the flu or something, then she will keep her distance.
They don't mess with that. They actually don't let you in the building.
No, they do not. She swabbed my throat. She goes. I was like, okay.
I appreciate it.
I respected it. They walked in, they handed me a mask. I was like, yeah. As you should.
As you should.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very validating. And this, like, going from my last doctor to her, my last doctor, she just always had a look of worry on her face.
Yeah.
But Dr. Miller was like, oh, we got this. And I, like,
yeah,
I'm not going to cry again. Holding it in.
You got this.
But like to have that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And just have somebody that is willing to sit there and like talk through things with you.
Yeah.
Anyways, we could talk a whole episode on this, but Mama do have to go pick up her kid.
You gotta go get your kid.
But yeah, so that's the life update. If you are someone that deals with illness or like anything chronic, we get you. We feel you. It is not a fun thing. We pray for you.
Yeah.
We pray for ourselves, obviously. And maybe we'll talk about it more extensively of like what each of us deal with on another episode if anybody would even be interested in that. I'm like, I know that we say we come here for the light, the live, laugh, love. And we do. So we get it if you don't want to hear about it. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to talk about it. But if you do and you want just a little bit of a community, we could do that.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, next week will be a fun episode. It will not be about our illnesses because I don't want to talk about it.
How did we? Because you had life updates.
Yeah,
like,
it's kind of a big life update. We both, went downhill a little bit.
Yeah.
But next week will be fun. We might have a special guest next week.
Yes,
we'll see.
We'll see.
And if you guys have any episode like topic ideas, let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
What would be a fun thing to talk about? Like we have ideas, but I don't know. We want to hear from you guys. And definitely, again, go to Patreon. If you don't know what that is, it's a website. Go to it. You can download it on your phone, I think, too. And you have to be like, I don't know. Do you have to pay to just be on Patreon or do you pay per like person?
Pay per like creator.
So I don't know what we're going to like. We create the price.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to pay per creator, but you get exclusive content on there.
Yeah.
We can be friends. We can do our book club. We can chat.
Yeah.
You know.
Help support us.
Yeah. It can be a good like support system too. Like
journey.
If you just want that, you guys can talk to each other. So go to Patreon, go with that podcast.
Go with that podcast.
And
go with that pod on Instagram.
Yeah. At go with that pod on Instagram. Give us a like. Give us a follow. And yeah, we will make it as cheap as we possibly can.
Yeah.
So
as cheap as Patreon will let us.
Yeah, as cheap as they'll let us. Because we really, really would love to create a community on that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We love you guys.
Love
Don't
y'all.
forget to leave a review.
Leave a rating and review.
Leave a rating and review.
Thanks
5
for-
stars.
Nothing more, nothing less. We got to stop saying that, but it's just
Or
so
do we
easy.
just keep saying it?
Or we just
Because
keep saying it.
they started something.
Yeah.
It will be taken.
That's true. Thanks for, we didn't know that we were going to get deep this time.
Yep.
But
Oops.
thanks for going there with us.
I know I said that we're a Live Laugh Love podcast. But
Yeah, I literally was about to say earlier, like
Oopsie.
flashback to 2 episodes ago when we were like, we're just keeping it light,
We're
guys.
keeping it light,
We're
you
keeping it light.
guys.
No, bye.
Which we are, but also life happens.
Life happens.
So we will let life happen.
Yeah.
And we will talk about it.
We will talk about it.
But that's that. And next week will be hopefully a little more lighthearted.
Yeah. It'll be fun.
And fun. Yeah. Which, I mean, not that it wasn't like lighthearted necessarily, but it was a cool God story. So
Oh, for sure.
if you don't know,
And
we
will
love the Lord.
We will tell those stories.
I don't know if we've even talked about that.
Yeah.
But we do love the Lord.
love
This
the
isn't
Lord.
like a Christian podcast, but it will come out. Because
Yeah,
we do
it will
love
come
God.
out because that's our life.
Yeah. So you don't have to watch. It's just who we are. We still love you. We still come along, you know.
Yeah,
Everyone is welcome. But don't be rude. Okay.
We don't like rude people.
Don't be rude because we just, you will be deleted. But anywho, yeah. We love you guys.
Love you. See y'all next week.
See you next week. Bye.